Hello guys, welcome and welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for clicking. If you're new here, you're welcome. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for always coming back to watch my video. I'm super excited to have you here. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel, turn on your notification bell so that you'll be the first to get notified every time I upload a new video. Please, guys, all we need on this channel is support. Support. I need your support to grow. So on today's video, I'm going to be um, looking down a lot. So on today's video, I'm going to be looking down a lot because I've written down some points where I'm going to be talking to you guys from. So, guys, today I want to be telling us a story. It's a sit down video we want to do today. I want to tell us a story, and from the title, you would know you already know what I want to talk to you also about. Uh, it's my encounter with Ritualist. Yes, I don't know. Some people call them 419, scone. I don't know. A lot of people call them different names. But for me, I believe the people I met were ritualists. So in 2010, no, 2009 stroke 2010, because it was towards the end of 2009. So my immediate younger brother, left home unannounced. He didn't tell me he was coming to visit me. At that time, I was based in Kano State. So he just left home that he was coming to visit me unannounced. He didn't even tell me. So on this fateful day, I was home, um, just doing my normal chores. So I got a call from a woman who usually supplies us um, some things like that. So I got a call from her, and she said that she is at a motor park, a popular motor park in Kano State, and that she met someone there, a boy who says he's my younger brother, and he came all the way from my state, which is Cross River State, to see me, and he doesn't even have my 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 address. So, and I asked her what is his name. She said um she called my brother's name, and I'm like, oh, that's my younger brother. Please, could you help me bring him home? That's how she brought him home to me in Kano State. And when I saw my brother, I was surprised, and I asked him, you didn't even tell me you were coming, so how did you just stand up from home and just got into the vehicle and came to Kano? So, guys, uh I welcomed him, gave him food, gave him water to bathe, and then he told me that he just wanted a change of environment and he wanted to come and stay with me. I'm like, "Oh, but you didn't tell me." He said uh, he just knew I was in Kano. He didn't even have my phone number or call. He just knew if he got to Kano, he would. Mind you, he didn't even pay for his transport fare. I had to go and pay about 15,000 naira to pick him up from the park. So that evening, I spoke with uh, the family I was with, and they told me my brother cannot stay there at that time. They told me my brother cannot stay there, that I have to find a way or find a place for him to stay. And I knew no one in Kano State. So I decided that I was going to take him to Abuja, where uh, I knew people and where I had friends and family. So that day passed, following the and then So guys, the third day I made arrangements for us to leave Kano State because at the time I was working in a mall, so I usually close at 3 p.m. So after my job for the day, I got ready, asked him to get ready, and we hit the road to Abuja. So no, we got to the park at about 5 like that. So the vehicle left the park at around 5:36 like that. So for those of you who do not know, from Kano to Abuja is about 6 hours or more, depending on the vehicle you join. So we joined a bus on that day, and the bus was not very strong like that. So we left Kano at 6 p.m. So after all, we got to Abuja around. I checked my time that day. We got to Abuja around 11:56. So we were at a very popular motor park in Abuja. For those of you who know Abuja very well, that motor park is called Zuba Park. So we got there, and these people told me they were going into town, and I was not going into town. I was going to a a small village. Let me just call it the outskirts, just a small village here in Abuja. That was where I was going to. So it's called Idu, and there was no vehicle from that side going to Idu. In 2009, I wasn't really doing anything serious. I didn't really have a lot of money like that. I was still broke trying to hustle. So I didn't have a lot of money to even book or even book a taxi or get a taxi for us to get to our destination. So I told my brother, what do we do? He too didn't know. So that vehicle left us there and went away. So while we were there talking, I saw another bus that came from Kano State, and I spoke Hausa to them because I spoke Hausa. For those of you who are know Nigeria, Hausa is a popular language in Nigeria. So I spoke the Hausa language to them, and I begged them to help us to a place where we could get vehicle to Idu where we were going to. And the man replied me in Hausa that they are not going my direction, but they can always help us to DD Junction. It's another popular junction here in Abuja. So he helped us to that place. So getting to DD, immediately we got down from the vehicle. I saw a bike that came to us and said, good evening, where are you guys going to? And I'm like, oh, we are going to Idu. And he said he was going to face headquarters. He was on police uniform. He said he was going to force headquarters that he he can drop us off at Itu, then from there he'll go. So I asked him how much. This is not to say the man who wore police uniform is a police. I don't know. But then what I saw him wearing was the Nigerian police uniform. That was what he was wearing. I'm not gonna lie. So because he was a police officer, like I thought, and I trusted him, I just decided. I told my brother I was safe, even though it's about 12 or after 12, so we are safe with this one. So let's just go. That was how my brother and myself we got on the bike. I asked him how much was the fare. He told me I can't remember what he said, but I think I I bid the price with him to the what I could afford, and then we got on the bike. On our way, he kept telling me we shouldn't worry because it was already late, guys. It was very late. Vehicles were no longer on the road, and you could just see small kiosk owners by the roadside. People were not on the road again. So I was scared being a lady and my brother not knowing anywhere in town. I was scared. So guys, that's how we started the journey. On the bike he kept saying we shouldn't worry. If anybody gets on our way, he's going to shoot the person. He has a gun. He is a police officer. We are not supposed to be scared while with him. So I, in my head, I'm like, oh, this one you're talking too much. Just take us to our destination. That's all I wanted. So we kept going. On on a particular spot, we met some police officers who were on special duty on the road. He greeted them. He stopped. They said some things. I don't know what they were saying. So we left again. So that's how we kept going. So guys, just a little backstory before I continue. I growing up, I used to live with my sister in Abuja, where I reside now. And there's the village, the place where I stay now is like a small village. They call it Idu. And there's this forest there, they call it Idu Forest. For those of you who know Idu Forest, who live in Abuja, it used to be so it used to be a very thick forest and very dangerous. Like while I was in secondary school, there are days when you wake up and you hear that a girl has been killed. When we run to see, you see that they've cut off her private parts, her tongue. Sometimes they take out the eyes like that. So it's a very dangerous place, we all know. So while on that bike, after we met those police officers now had a roadblock on the road, uh, I when we passed them, I told my brother with my dialect, my local dialect. I told him, I said, we are getting close to one forest like that. It's not very dangerous. Please sit tight and hold the officer that just in case there's anything and he wants to speed off. So my brother said, okay, guys, that's how we got to this forest. Immediately we approached the forest, the officer dimmed the lights. Not officer, sorry. The man, because let me just let me believe that's not a police officer. That's how he dimmed the lights, guys. And then I was like, what's happening? I told my brother what happened. He said he too he doesn't know. And I'm like, okay. I told him to sit tight. That's how he sat tight, held the one. The one now did the bike. I don't know. You know that sound that when maybe I don't know. I'm not good with bike, but I just like boom, boom. I'm like, what happened? Immediately I say, sir, what happened? He say, shut up. The bike is not good. I'm like, okay, sir. I say, shut up. Immediately he said, shut up, the bike is not good. And I said, okay, sir. He turned the bike facing where we were coming from and started moving again. I said, sir, what happened? What happened? Please, sir, please, sir. That please, sir, that I was saying, the next thing is I jumped down from the bike because I knew we were not safe anymore. I jumped down from the bike and entered the forest. This forest, I don't know where I was going to. I don't know what was inside. Guys, that's how I jumped. My brother jumped too and followed me. He started running after me. Me too, I was running. We were running. We were running. I didn't even know that my brother was behind me. When I ran, I went somewhere and hid. My brother now bet me. No, my brother caught up with me while we were running inside the bush. And I said he was the one I should wait for him. That's how we held our hands, started running. We ran into one small village like that. It's called Akaraka. Still around that Itu forest. So while in that village, we saw a small kitchen. We hid inside. So dogs started barking in the compound. They started barking. So somebody now spoke from his house. Who is that? We now said, we are the ones. We now say, who are you? We now said, I now explained to him. When I explained to the man now said, he's a guy. Now came out and said, we should take him to that place where the incident happened. My brother now told me with our language that this guy is part of those people that we should run. We started running again. I ran. I was urinating on my body. I was running. I was urinating. I was running. As I ran, we ran. So inside the forest, we didn't know where we were going to. I was falling into pits. I was getting up. I was just, in fact, my slippers, everything. I didn't even know where it was. Everything just went like that. That's how we ran into one bush like that. I just opened the bush, opened it, I entered inside, sat. My brother too entered. I started feeling cool because it started drizzling somehow. So I now told my brother I was feeling cool. My brother now removed his jacket and gave to me. I covered. We were inside that place. We heard that man. He was not alone, guys. That man was not alone. And I heard voices of other men that were with him. Started looking for us inside that bush. We're hearing, come out, oh, this place is dangerous, oh, you can't kill yourself oh, for nothing, oh, come out, oh, come out, we don't want to. My brother told me to keep quiet, that we should not talk, that even if they come to my front, I should not talk. That is how my brothers said, even if they are standing in front of me, that I shouldn't talk. I was inside there. We stayed there. We saw them, they were passing, passing, looking for us. God just shut their eyes. They didn't see us. We were inside that place. We stayed there. We stayed there until we started hearing them. They were now using bikes, looking for us, passing, passing, calling out, pretending. We were inside there. We didn't talk. My brother asked me not to talk. Me too. I didn't talk. We're inside that place until I brought out my phone. I called my uncle that I was supposed to go to his place. I called him. I said, see what happened, see what happened. We're inside the forest just in case. Then I switched off the phone and removed my SIM, put it inside my bag. We're inside that forest like that. These people kept looking for us. They kept looking for us. Guys, he was not alone. There were not two. There were not three. There were not four. There were more than seven. Were looking for us. We're inside that place. I sat inside that place. I was just praying. I said, God, please just give me one more chance just to see my family. Just to see my family for the last time. Don't allow them take my life here. We stayed inside that place, so I then checked. I started hearing the Muslim prayers that earlier. So I told my brother it's almost daybreak. My brother said no, that we are going to stay here until we see somebody and recognize the person before we leave. I said okay. We stayed inside there until when we started hearing vehicles passing on the road. People were now going out for a walk that early hours. That's how my brother and I came out. We stopped the bus. We entered. While in the bus, the one saw how dirty we looked, how tattered we were looking, how disorganized. I forgot to tell you guys, my brother came with yam, gari, and some other things, his clothes inside bag. Everything when we ran and left everything like that. So when my brother when we I explained to the bus driver to asked me a question. Say, where do we worship? I told him we were Catholics. And I said we should go to the church and give thanksgiving. That nobody goes into this forest and comes out alive. That we should go to my church and give thanksgiving. And I'm like, God. I was crying. I was crying. I was thanking God. And I kept praising God. I kept thanking God and asking myself, who am I that He's so mindful of this? So After that, I went to my uncle's place with my brother. I explained everything to my uncle. My uncle was just looking at me like a photograph. So, guys, after that incident, the trauma, each time I sit down and I remember what happened, I get scared. I get chills all over my body. Like, I it affected me for a very long time. For like 2 years, the incident kept playing in my head over and over, over and over. And it it was not a good experience. It is not what I wish even my worst enemy. When I traveled home, I couldn't tell my mom. I told my mom about it after a year, and my mom was like, "What?" So she would be at home eating while two of her children gone, just like that. And I told my mother, "It's not possible. It's not possible. We're not going to die. God knows that we're innocent. That's why He protected us and saved us from the arms of those ritualists." That taxi, that bus driver that carried us said they would have cut off our heads, raped me as the lady, cut off our heads, used our private parts or money rituals, do that. The man on that bike didn't plan it very well, because if he had planned it very well, that we wouldn't have escaped. That's the one that kept playing in my head. That if he had planned it very well, immediately he got to that place, that spot, he would just call his boys. They will come out of the forest and they will attack us immediately. That there's no way we will be able to escape. And I'm like, Jesus Christ, Father, thank you so much. You are faithful. I was like, God, I cannot thank you enough. So I just couldn't thank God for that. So guys, everybody I told this story always ask me why we didn't sleep at the police station, why I didn't get a hotel, why I did. I'm like, at this time where I was working, they gave me just 1 day, and I needed to be back to work before I lose my job. So I was just calculating time. Besides, like I told you guys earlier, I didn't have money. I was still struggling. So there was no way I would have gotten money for accommodation. So that's how I was trying to manage myself. Yeah. So guys, after like a week of that incident, I got a call from an unknown number, a strange phone number, and the person told me to come to the police station to come and get some items from the police station. I asked him what items. He said a bag, gari, yams, and other things that they found them on the road that I should come and get them. I didn't go. Me, I did not go. I did not go. I did not report the case to the police. I did not do anything. We just thank God for our lives. And each time I tell the story, it took me long to overcome that fear, because each time I remember that incident, I get scared. But it took me so long. But thank God today I'm healed. I'm okay. I'm fine. I just wanted to tell my story. Uh, so, guys, that's what happened to me in 2009. Thank God I'm alive today to tell the story. A lot of young ladies, a lot of people did not make it to tell their stories, but I'm here today to tell my own story. I give God all the glory. Yeah.